Hello, welcome to this video. I'm sitting here with Tristan, and it's for good and bad reasons. Good reasons because you're going to do something new and exciting, but bad reasons because he's leaving YouMore. And so as a tradition that we've always done is we interview people who are leaving and talk about some of the cool things they've done for two reasons. One, because I think it's fun to show people who maybe come and work here what it's like, an unedited opinion. I mean, you've still got a few days left, so it would be awkward if it was really bad. But the second reason is also it's just a fun thing for you to be able to look back on in 3, 5, 10 years when little Tristans are running around and they're like, oh, there's my dad.
All the little Tristans.
All those little Tristans.
Tristettes.
So,
Tristines.
or Tristines. So I guess we normally just have a few questions. So tell me about your favorite client that you loved working with. Well, actually, what are you doing? Where are you going? Tell us that first.
I'm leaving the country, the continent. I'm going traveling with my girlfriend. It's sort of been something that we'd had on our minds since like uni, really. And obviously with COVID and everything, that sort of put that on hold for a while. And we sort of just got to the point where like it's now or never. Like before life gets too real, let's go and do what we wanted to do, basically.
Right.
So
before you become a proper adult.
Yeah, if that happens. We're going to India first. That's the first stop for a month or two. Then Southeast Asia. Then by then probably won't have any money left. So go to Australia, where they've very nicely relaxed the visa laws for a while. So hopefully be able to get a bit more money there. And then not really sure after that.
Wow.
So yeah.
What a future. So you've got, today's Wednesday, your last day's Friday. You've literally got 2.5 days of work for a year.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe not a year. We'll see.
Depending on how crazy things get.
Yeah, depending on how much I can slum it and manage my budget. But yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. So your time at YouMore has been amazing. I know for us, like it's been a huge asset to have you. So it'd just be fun to go through a few things and talk about, well, who was your favorite client to work with?
Worked with loads of clients. They're all it's all been great. But I think one of the best ones I like Armstrong's Gardens. They're a lot of fun for like me to do work on. Like the videos are great. A lot of the projects were quite varied, I think. Like the different gardens I work on, landscaping projects, and I end up learning a weird amount, and I've got this random like niche knowledge in like Western red cedar and like porcelain paving and stuff, which like has no relevance really to any other part of my life. But I'm just like feel like I probably couldn't do any landscaping myself, but I feel like I could. But I won't.
Maybe that's what you'll do in Australia.
Yeah, maybe.
Aylan worked for a landscaping company in Australia. You could hit them up.
Well, so set me up with them.
There you go.
Yeah, follow the Western red cedar dream.
Is there some Western red cedar in, where do they grow?
Pretty sure it's California.
Oh, okay. So hopefully.
After I just said I know everything about Western red cedar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's American. They've been great, and I think their projects have been quite varied as well. There's like we obviously do their socials, their emails. There's been like other stuff like that we've got involved in with like leaflets and booklets, things like that. So there's just been like a lot of different stuff going on with them. It's been exciting, and kind of the same goes with Taylor Roofs as well. To be honest, there's always like new stuff happening with them. Like started off just doing their socials, and then like sort of picked up like emails for Taylor Talks Trades podcast, which is great, and a few blogs and stuff as well. And again, like I've picked up random niche knowledge of like Scotch slate. And so like my mum and dad were getting their roof slated recently in Wales. Otherwise I would have told them obviously to use Taylor Roofs. But talking to the builders about Spanish slate and the like lack of Scotch slate anymore because the quarries have closed.
Oh.
And yeah, don't know. So yeah, like I think they're two clients that have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. And so what has been maybe your like highlight while you've been here in terms of like work-wise, like a highlight specific project or a specific
I think, well, I mentioned the booklets and stuff for Armstrong's. I think that was like a huge, it was a huge initial project. It probably like, it was the first sort of time we'd done something like that. And it was sort of like collaboration between me and you with like designing it and doing the copy. It probably took a while, like the first one, and it was a bit of a learning curve. But we've done like a couple more since then, and it's been, I think just that's like what sort of allowed me to get into a lot of writing, and yeah, it was just like good to see the progress that was made for like between the different booklets, and I think they sort of turned out really well. And I think like for me, it's quite nice knowing that clients like using, like are really like using stuff like that I've done to really help their business. Obviously, like we do their socials and stuff as well, but there's something like a bit more about like having something that they are handing to clients, and it's kind of all on, well, it's partly on me, how it goes. I think as well, like there's been internal stuff within YouMore, which I'm pretty pleased with, like the Learn page. It's quite extensive now, and it's basically all stuff that I've done. So yeah, it's just, especially with a new website, it's quite nice to like look on it and just see this like kind of library of stuff that I've written. And it's like, there are probably like bits that I would have liked to neaten up a little bit and have like a bit more structure to it. But in general, like I think, yeah, the Learn page on YouMore's like turned out quite well, and you can sort of see that with other clients as well, like Bridges, how we've been doing their blogs and Yvonne as well. But yeah, I think they're probably two of the main things I've been like, yeah, they're two of the highlights from my work, and probably because they've got a lot of substantial writing in them. Yeah,
I mean, like those folders that we've done for Armstrong's, as you say, like it was a little bit new to us. We hadn't done a lot of that before. But you know, I can't remember how many pages it is, but it's huge. You know,
it's
like,
quite long.
Yeah, it's like a full-on, as you say, like you could be a landscape. Whatever, designer, gardener now.
Yeah, I could blag it.
Yeah, I think
until they saw me try to do something. Like I could maybe get for an interview.
Talk about design triangles and stuff like that, but then all of a sudden you'd hit a pretty big wall. What's then been your biggest learning since you've been here?
Well, I think when I started, like how I was probably like the first person in this role. It was like kind of immediately a bit of a learning curve, trying to like find my role within the business, because I guess before it had been like almost exclusively video, and so yeah, I guess there was it was a learning curve, just like finding my own path and like finding my own like little space within the business, and working like independently a lot of the time, because I'm the only person in my department until Liam joined yesterday. So now there's two of us for 4 days. But yeah, I guess that was a bit of a learning curve, and it's also seen me like do things which I maybe wasn't expecting at the start, like the analytics side of things, which is also something that, yeah, I didn't think that was something that I would be doing, but it's something that I've enjoyed, definitely. And it probably doesn't come quite as naturally to me as writing, but I've still like found it really interesting and enjoyed having like that variation within my work. But that was definitely a bit of a learning curve, like yeah, basically trying to create a system and learn how to do something which I had no idea about. But yeah, I think that's probably been the biggest learning, the analytics side of things and the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you came in, like, we were kind of doing a bit of what you were doing, but we all hated it and we weren't very good at it. And so there was also like no real system either, because we had the video stuff down. But, you know, you've very much come in and built this whole system on how it runs and how we know where everyone's at. And that's been hugely influential, you know. And it's a huge credit to you on how the business has been able to, you know, gain traction in that space because of the work that you've put in to that. Not only your skills in writing, but actually, I guess, your diligentness to, you know, not just write, but be like, I need to build a system to do this, because without the system, I'm not going to have a clue what's going on. You know?
Yeah, I guess that was definitely something that I became aware of, like, as the work like built up. I was like, I can't hold this all in my head. Like, I'm not holding all in my head. Yeah, I need to, sort of figure some different systems and ways of doing things out.
For sure. What is the biggest thing you will miss?
I feel like it's probably a fairly obvious one, but like the little videos that we do in the office and the Discussing Nothing, the podcast is a lot of fun. I think that's sort of stuff that makes working here like a bit different than what it is, I guess. Like having a bit of time within work to, I don't know, do something a bit different and a bit fun. It's like the Christmas video, for instance, and like having like sort of internal projects that we're working on, which are just like a bit silly and a bit different from stuff that we would usually produce. But but it's been like, I've just enjoyed that aspect of it a lot. And it's almost like a bit of like socialization time as well within work, because like we do work a lot. But it's just nice to have that like time to do something else, I guess. Yeah. I mean, you've been a hit on the podcast. I think you will definitely be missed. You'll be missed in I know what you normally do as well, like your actual job, but I know a lot of people love a Tristan episode, Discussing Nothing. I'll keep following. I'll have to.
I know, there's still a few more episodes with you in though, so.
It's going to be like the ghost of Christmas past.
It's like he's back. Yeah. 2 more questions. When you look back in 10 years' time on YouMore, what is sort of the thing that you'd be like, that's my fondest memory. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think I did just mention this, but the Christmas video from last year, I thought was great. And when I showed it to people, and I think everyone was like, this is like a kind of insult in a way, but everyone was like surprised at like how good it was. And it is, and that's like, it is good. It's funny, and we kind of nailed the office type thing we were going for, I think. And I just think it's a great video.
It is a great video. Yeah, it is funny because we create those things, and sometimes I feel like they don't get the audience they deserve. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is actually really good. We spent a lot of time and money on this, and maybe one day we'll be discovered.
We should get clients to do it.
So I guess final question, as you hand off the reins to Liam, who is going to be taking over much of what you're doing and hopefully more. No offense. What's the one piece of advice you would give him?
I guess when you're writing, like, don't be afraid to sort of use your own voice a little bit. It's difficult because you're obviously writing copy for like multiple clients, but don't be afraid to like show a bit of personality and maybe like, because clients check everything, you can try something a bit different, and I think that's something that I like have to consciously do to an extent, because when you are writing all day, like you can get into a bit of a habit of just not writing in a bland way necessarily, but just kind of keeping it simple. But it helps for you, or it helps for me, like anyway, to try and like mix things up a bit, like every few posts try and like make a joke or something, or if you see something that you think is joke worthy in something, don't be afraid to sort of say that in the copy.
Yeah.
Because I think that's sort of things that make, like, from the client's perspective as well, if like it shows personality from their side, and that's exactly what we're trying to get across. So it works for both. And obviously, like, I think there have been 1 or 2 times maybe where the client's been like, no, don't write that. But that's fine as well. Like, you gotta know where the boundaries are, and sometimes you have to push it.
Yeah, love it. Tristan, you've been a huge asset to us here at YouMore, not only in how you've come in and built systems, you've taken on a lot of roles that we all hated and that you've weirdly loved. And so I guess from me, a huge thank you for what you have done for this business, moving it forward, and just have an amazing time traveling the world.
I'll carry on following YouMore, see what you guys are up to. And yeah, thank you as well. Give me my first proper job.
Welcome. Thanks, mate.
See ya.